welcome to the I Love You Bet podcast. I'm Heather, and this is my sister,
Rian. Each week, we will revisit relics of our childhoods using our multiple master's degrees
to critically evaluate the crap that consumed our misspent youth. So join us,
sisters, latchkey kids, pespers, and lazy feminists as we look back at our past to say, I love you, but...
So you wasted time pet sitting. How else did you waste time this week?
I got a new tattoo. That was about 2 hours last week. So I've been wasting a lot of time dealing with it, healing and hurting and things. So once again, my body is rejecting blue ink. Apparently my wrists just don't like blue. So I'll have to waste time and go get some touch-ups in about a month or two. So, but that's okay. We've been making a leprechaun trap.
Yes.
For school, because there's a leprechaun loose in the school. Elliot came up with a plan, and Ben and I have been working to execute that plan. So Ben and I have had a lot of conversations talking about as if leprechauns were real and the best way to trap said leprechaun in this over-the-top trap, because I'm extra and Elliot is extra. Ben is happy to tag along in our little extra adventures.
One moment. Irish listeners, I'm sorry for all the ways in which we fail to celebrate your culture. However, Brian and I do curse a lot. So I feel like between that and being very addicted to good crack, which means I'm having a touch of the blarney, being able to bullshit our way through most things.
I don't feel too bad, because I don't think we celebrate all we don't drink green beer.
Thank God.
I didn't go to the parade yesterday because I didn't feel like getting out of bed. I am going to make corned beef and cabbage and soda bread from scratch on Tuesday. Making a leprechaun trap. And I don't know if I told you not this past week, but the week before, one of my coworkers who grew up in Kenya was asked randomly, she's like, what is St. Patrick's Day? What does it celebrate? And so I was like,
beer. Celebrates beer.
I said, well, traditionally, she means in Ireland. I was like,
no.
All the snakes, i.e. the pagans, out of Ireland, and Catholicism, yay. I was like, what we celebrate here has nothing to do with that. Sorry about the leprechaun trap. I promise if we catch one, we'll let it go. I spent some time on the phone with my internet provider telling them to fuck off. And continuously telling them to fuck off. And then when they were like, oh, well, we can get you internet for $20 a month. And I said, and this is why I'm telling you to fuck off. Because if I could have been paying $20 a month instead of over $100 or $90, then I should have been. Fuck you. I've gotten with a new company that was half of what I was paying, and it's worked so far. So
for you for not using a chatbot to have that conversation.
No, I absolutely refuse to use chatbots, because most of the time what I need to do, I have to talk to a human anyway. So I will always talk to a human and be as kind as I possibly can. And I was very I understand that this is your job. I get that. Nothing you say is going to change my mind. So those are the ways that I spent time this week that I could recall. Yesterday, I did start watching a new series. I finished the first season of that yesterday, called Dark Winds. It's an AMC show with
pirate show.
No, it's not a pirate show. It is an indigenous persons show.
Oh, okay.
I believe Lou Diamond Phillips is one of the main characters, set in the 70s on the Navajo Nation, and it was good. I think Robert Redford, I saw his name pop up, so he's involved some way. Oh, and I got to rewatch Beetlejuice this week because Elliot wanted to watch Beetlejuice again. He really enjoys Beetlejuice.
Anything on that rewatch you want to talk about?
Watching it with Elliot was kind of fun, because he'd watch it. He's like, here's where they die. All of this. And I'm like, how is sandworms not scary to you? But the snake and the Harry Potters is.
I can answer that question. One of them looks like a ridiculous cartoon, and one of them looks like a big-ass motherfucking snake. Come on.
I guess that's true. So the only thing I was like slightly like was when he like goes to the whorehouse, but I don't know. He didn't really say anything, so I was like, and you couldn't really see
Oh, when
anything.
Beetlejuice goes to a sex worker place. Okay. So last weekend was a big movie weekend for me. I saw Wuthering Heights and I saw Pillion. Eddie was supposed to have a massage and somehow it never got booked. And it's one of the ones that because I use the place too, I have to use his email and his phone number. So then things don't get communicated as well. So apparently he didn't have the massage. So I was like, let's go see a movie. So we went to see The Bride, The Bride exclamation point, the new Maggie Gyllenhaal movie.
Oh, okay.
And you look really confused by that, which tells me that you and I get very different social media because I have been excited about this movie for a long time.
Yeah, we would get very different social media. I mean, like I knew, and like, isn't Jake Gyllenhaal in it?
He's in it, yeah.
Okay, I think I saw a clip where they were like, "So do you actually have to like audition for your sister's movies, or how does that work, or something?"
Yeah. He did joke that he's been directed by her since they were children. And I was like, oh, that was my sister. So here is my quick review of The Bride after done Letterboxd. I was going to start a punk band called Brain Attack, but then I decided to start a theremin only band called Disobedient Geometry. Those are both things that happen in the movie. Well, Brain Attack is a thing in the movie and Disobedient Geometry is a movie. A fever dream that tries to say too much, but creates one of the most, oh my God, it would be so much fun to play her character in decades because there are tons and tons and tons of roles for men that are really fun to play and not that many that women are like, oh, I can't wait to play that role. But arguably, I would say The Bride is one of those roles that like, they should just be remaking it forever and different women should get an opportunity to do that because essentially it's Mary Shelley trapped inside the brain of a 30s like party girl who's gotten too involved with the mob. And so the whole time she's like Jekylling and hiding. It's incredible.
Nice.
Also, I was frustrated because when women make movies about men, those male characters get a whole lot of character development, even though they're not the main character.
Okay.
A man makes a movie and puts a woman in it, she might have like a little bit of a backstory, maybe. He won't have a whole fucking thing about how she's in love with this movie star.
She's like, it's a name.
In the course of the plot, she gets to meet the movie star and have a confrontation with him that leads to a whole dance sequence that cracks the movie open. Like, that's never going to happen to a woman love interest in a male written movie. So I was a little bit annoyed, but I will say there are women who do this right. So Greta Gerwig in Little Women did nothing to make the male love interest more interesting. Like, she was like, this is what you are on the page. This is what you are on the screen. And I'm going to act like you're not that pretty by putting glasses on you. Oh, and then if somebody takes your glasses off, they would like, oh, I didn't know you were that good looking. And she literally said in interviews, I did this on purpose. So God bless you, Greta Gerwig. So then that whole thing was about really who cares about Frankie's journey? Like, it's like, okay, you got Christian Bale, so I guess you got to give him something to do. But like, do you? Like, who cares? Cut it out. Like, who cares? Like, let it be about the bride. The movie is named after her. Let it be there. As I said, this is about the motherfucking bride. And then I am really, really eager and hopeful that this Halloween, we are going to have a spate of women across the world doing the like makeup and the crazy hair and the 30s clothes and everything so that they all kind of look like the bride and they're having brain attacks. So apparently nobody's going to see it. So I'm not sure it's going to happen, but I feel like this one is.
Maybe it'll have a revival. Maybe it'll have
It's already a cult classic as far as I'm concerned. And
yes.
That's too bad because it should just be doing well in theaters. That's all I have to say. I also wasted time rewatching One Battle After Another because I have to find ways to keep Mom and Eddie entertained. And my notes from watching it this time, I don't know if I talked about it when I saw it before. The chase scene is still incredible at the end, even not being on the big screen, but it's so much better on the big screen. couple of comments about it. I don't know why men who wear bathrobes in public in movies have to be so much like our father, but Leonardo DiCaprio in this and Jeff Bridges in fucking Big Lebowski, like so dad, so Mark Davis coded. It's pretty painful. And then at one point in the movie, Leo DiCaprio was lamenting because he's like, "Oh, I'm like a single dad. I can't even do my daughter's hair." And Eddie was like, "You can't even do your own hair." That was crazy.
You can see it on my social media criticizing that movie about the like portrayal of Black women, or just using Black women for the sake of their bodies for white men to fight over or something. But having not seen the movie, it didn't really.
I can see where an argument could be made.
Okay.
I think that we can take with a grain of salt that P.T. Anderson is married to a Black woman, and that I think she gets to read his stuff before he makes it. And if Maya Rudolph wasn't like, dude, then I'm kind of okay with it. Like,
that's fair. I mean, again, I haven't seen the movie or know at all what it's about. So just.
They're not disempowered Black women. They are highly empowered Black women. And yes, the men are fighting over her body, but they're both super fucking lame men. And like, it doesn't even attempt to hide the fact that these dudes are fucking lame as hell.
Okay.
Like, so lame. Like, there's my favorite scene in the whole movie is like a 3-line scene where the mother, it says to Leonardo DiCaprio, "You are not worthy of my daughter." It's like, she comes from a long line of revolutionaries. I don't even know what you're doing at my table.
Nice.
Yeah. So I think that, yes, I don't know if you know this, Ryan. I'm white. I'm not a feminist scholar, so can't really speak to it from personal or an intellectual standpoint, but just my take on it. Like, when you have, like, you will rarely see women that powerful on screen. Like, I'm not plagued by, oh, should I be doing this or whatever. Like, they're just straight up like, fuck this system. We're burning it to the ground. This place is the fucking worst.
Yeah.
And then ultimately it is one of the Black women who fucks everybody over, like goes and betrays them all. Like,
good for her.
I think that's a complicated reading too, right? Like, it's not like the white guy does something that fucks something up, which would definitely be the way you'd normally see it. 2 more things. I wasted a lot of time with Harry Potter this week. I wasted a lot of time with Harry Styles this week.
Oh, the other great British Harry.
Yes, I watched One Night in Manchester and then listened to the album more and more because I appreciated it so much more after seeing all the different musicians playing all the parts. And then also I watched part of his appearance on SNL last night, which was making me happy.
I saw the thing about him kissing a dude and say, "That's queer baiting" or something.
Yes, yeah.
I need to investigate more. So I meant to watch that. I should probably watch that.
I also didn't waste time editing a bunch of chapters of my book. And I feel like the reason I have been able to do that is something that 5 years ago me would be like, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Okay.
What are we doing, Heather? Are we sure we're doing this? We're doing this. Because I have started doing meditations and listening to sound baths and healing sounds related to my sacral chakra.
Oh, she's getting the woo-woo.
I'm woo-wooing my woo-woo. Like, I am, and say what you will, I am not dancing like a hippie. I'm not doing any of that shit. But, like, I've had more energy. I've had, and like, I sit down to write and I can write. Like, I'm choosing to do that rather than go spend time with our uncle, even though I know he's losing his mind right now. Like, so I feel pretty good about that. And since the sacral chakra is not only your sexy core, She's still laughing.
Sorry, every time
Can't hear her, but she's laughing.
sacral chakra. This is every time you say it.
I know.
It's, oh.
I don't. How much time did I spend laughing at Dad when he would talk about chakras and shit like that? But yeah, it's like.
Are you doing the sacral, like, because the place I go to get the foot baths, I was asking them about massage and they were telling me, like, oh, and this, and someone that'll do like a sacral cranial work. And I was like, what is that? And I think it's like, I don't know if it's the thing, but I know they don't actually touch you.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if it's the thing where they're like, they have their hands over you and then they're like, whoa, and like,
yeah, they do energy work. Yes.
Like, throw the energy out of you. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not trying to like mock what I don't understand and what I don't know. Or maybe I am. I don't know. I'm open to it. It's just funny to watch. Like, because now that started coming up in my like social media because like it's listening all the time.
And I sent you videos and said you should watch them and listen to them.
Yeah, and I totally did that.
Yeah, I know you didn't. That's fine. Since it worked for me, I thought it might work for you. The solar plexus is.
I won't. I just haven't yet. So
the solar plexus is apparently where your sense of purpose comes from. And so, since you said you were feeling very unmotivated and like you couldn't be at work, I thought maybe if you reignited your sense of purpose.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of it was like hormonal, possibly too. But I also had like an hour and 45-minute light bar EMDR thing on Friday, so that helped some, I think. No, I'll give it a go. Maybe tomorrow when I'm not at work.
Yeah, this is not a hippie podcast. This is a podcast where two sisters reminisce about time that they wasted watching things that really weren't that great. So, in that light, Rian, what do you remember about Romy and Michele's high school reunion from 1997?
Are you saying this movie was not that great?
I am saying that I found it to be not as enjoyable as it once was.
I agree with that. I remembered scoliosis magnets. We invented Post-its. I had the soundtrack on CD. I remember a lot. I did remember a lot about this movie and Time After Time, which is a great song, and the dance scene with that, which was probably the best thing about this movie. That's what I wrote down. What did you remember about this movie?
I didn't write down everything I remembered because it was too much. Darcy and I watched this movie a lot. I have seen this movie a lot of times.
Yeah. I feel like I was out a number of times as well.
Yes. I mean, this is definitely like, this was the High Janeane Garofalo era where like, yes. I definitely identified with Janeane Garofalo, despite never really being that kind of grumpy. Still, the sarcasm is there. There were some things I forgot. I forgot that Justin Theroux was in it. And even when I was like, oh, yeah. And then when I was like, oh, Justin Theroux is in it. Who the fuck did he play? And I was like, oh,
yeah. I was like, oh, he's a cowboy.
Yeah. Yep. I was thrown by that. There was some other stuff that I forgot. I think I put it in there later. We can talk about it that. But I did not remember how much weight and dieting and all that shit came up. And I would be very happy with a version of this movie where they just cut all that out. And I think this would be a great movie that I would have.
You might get it because they're making a sequel.
I know they are. And I really hope that they
needed neither a prequel television series, which it got, which I didn't know, nor does it need a sequel. Like, it really doesn't need a sequel.
It doesn't need one, but its fans deserve one.
Do they?
I still really like this movie. So one of the things that the one who wrote it talked about how she and her friend got stuck on the tarmac in a plane. Right. And they were like, oh, fuck. It was like, that's the worst, right? Like getting stuck. But the airport is fine because you can still go do stuff and go to the bathroom whenever you want.
Yeah.
Like buy food and go look through the bookstore. Like it's wonderful. You can walk around. It's great. Getting stuck on the tarmac is fucking bullshit because you are just like a little prisoner sitting on a plane hoping that your bladder can hold out. She and her bestie got stuck and everybody else was bitching and complaining because that's what everybody does. And they just opened up Sky Mall and had a fucking blast, like laughed their asses off. And so she really,
Sky Mall. Please bring back Sky Mall. Like,
yes,
flying fucking sucks. Bring back Sky Mall.
I am on this train. I will sign the petition.
I never purchased a thing out of Sky Mall. I never will purchase a thing out of Sky Mall. But flying is fucking terrible and fucking expensive. Bring back Sky Mall. It's like, I don't even want the drink. Like, take the fucking drinks away and your fucking Biscoff or snack pretzels, whatever, and give me Sky Mall.
You can take the pretzels because the pretzels are just like eating sawdust. That is like, every time they're like pretzels, I'm like, no.
That's sawdust.
I have self-respect. I do not want your fucking pretzels. Get out of here.
I am fat and have a food addiction, and I still don't want your pretzels.
Get out of here with those pretzels.
So they were last with Sky Mall and then wrote a movie.
And she was like, she just really wanted to write about a female friendship like that, where like we just make each other laugh more than anybody else. It's not really about the romantic relationship. Like, and I was like, well, I definitely identify with that.
Like, I don't see that they did that. Like, they don't ever laugh. Like,
They do. They make each other laugh.
okay.
All right. It's going to be a super fun episode.
I mean, I guess they laugh some, yeah. But like, I didn't ever see them laugh the way, like, as two friends who make each other laugh harder than anyone else does. Like, I did not see them or recall them laughing as hard. And I mean, as like you and I can make each other laugh.
The jokes in this movie could have been punched up. Now, that said, there are a lot of funny things in this movie. They just weren't really jokes.
I don't disagree with that.
It's really, really hard to fake laugh and have it sound real. There are some actors who would rather cry on screen than laugh on screen because it is so difficult.
I love a good fake laugh.
I don't.
Love a good over-the-top fake laugh to make someone look cool.
What's one of the best things to do with one of your best friends, though?
What?
Say, watch a movie.
I don't know that we've ever done that.
No, probably not. But I've done it with Renault, and it's super fun. And I love that they do it in this movie. I love that it's Pretty in Pink. Pretty Woman. Damn, my brain's broken today. I love that it's Pretty Woman. I should say the other way that I wasted time this week was taking my blood sugar like 17 times a day because I'm trying to actually stay in the area that they want me to, which is why the other day when you were texting me about stuff and I was like real grumpy and like not like, cute.
Like, we're going to table this. Like,
yeah.
You having this conversation because I'm going to get mad, especially over text, right? I was like, no, we're not doing this.
Yeah, no, I don't have quick sugar to like make me happy. So
I understand. That's fine.
Not fun. And dear God, if it were not for a health reason, I wouldn't even care. Of course, right now, but that's fine. That's fine. The other thing that I've always kind of loved about them hate watching Pretty Woman is that also then they have that tender moment where Lisa Kudrow's like, but then they let her shop and she's like so happy for her. And I think that's the great thing about people is they can be lovely and complicated. I do feel like that this movie deserves a re-edit by someone who's better at editing comedy. And then maybe you would appreciate that they tell each other jokes that are funny and laugh.
Yeah, it just was like like the funny parts are funny.
Yeah.
And it's just boring.
Yeah.
Right?
It's fine.
And most of the funny people are not the two of them.
Right.
I get that that's like
but they were really funny. Like if you so I was reading some of the reviews and different things about it, and they're right. Like if you'd put other actresses in it, it wouldn't have been as good. Like they're kind of like straight playing goofball cartoon characters, and they both do a really good job of it.
Yeah, like I agree with that.
They made more of what the writing was than what was there. Like,
yeah,
they did a really good job.
Yeah, I do like that half of Lisa Kudrow's lines are just like one word. Like she's just like, okay,
yeah.
Lines are just like, okay.
I forgot that Janeane Garofalo's character was named Heather. That was fantastic.
Do you remember seeing Janeane Garofalo right after 9/11, like live?
No.
You don't remember that? Like you and I and maybe maybe Monique was there, I don't remember, but we went to Dallas to like the Apollo. Is that a theater in Dallas? No, it's not. Great. I know that the Apollo is something else for Black people. What? But there's a theater in Dallas that's kind of really.
No. Okay. I forgot that I saw her. I've seen her twice, I think. So I saw her with Darcy one time. And I think I saw her at the Majestic. So I don't know where I saw her with Darcy, but
the Majestic.
yes. I forgot that was right after 9/11, but please continue.
Yeah, it was like right after 9/11 because I remember, because I think it was the first time I'd ever seen stand up live, which I'm not a huge fan of, but I remember her like kind of talking about, and I remember us being like feeling weird about laughing, like, because it was so soon enough after 9/11 that we were like, I don't know if it's okay to laugh about anything.
Good thing we're at this comedy show.
I think, well, yeah, because like obviously I think we'd bought the tickets like before or something. I don't know. And I think she even talked about like how she thought about canceling and like all this. But then when I was doing research today, apparently there was like a documentary that someone made about comedy after 9/11. It's called like Too Soon, Comedy in the Wake of 9/11 or something. And she was in that as well. So
you're doing the research.
Look at me doing the irrelevant research. I may have said when we watched Josie and the Pussycats that was the first movie I saw with Alan Cumming, and that's a lie. This was the first movie I saw with Alan Cumming.
I didn't know who he was, so
no, I had no idea who he was.
Yeah,
but yeah. So if I said that for Josie, because that was a lie. This was the first movie that I saw Alan Cumming.
Well, we're never ever wrong on this podcast, so I'm glad that you were.
We're always wrong.
No, that's right. We're always wrong about everything. Hey, do you think that Coca-Cola sponsored this movie?
Yeah, you think? And Doritos? Do you think Coca-Cola?
Cool Ranch Doritos? Not regular. Cool Ranch Doritos.
I do like the one line, like, I mean, obviously the diet weight fat stuff was awful, but when she like takes the Doritos from her and Lisa Kudrow's like, I mean, like, I don't think that one chip was going to make that big a difference. It like wasn't even a whole chip.
So good.
That was good. Like, that wasn't good for that topic that shouldn't be part of it, and hopefully won't be part of the new movie.
Quick aside, did you see this week? I saw it this week. It could have come out before. I don't know. But it was like what Friends would be like if they cast it today, like what they would look like.
Oh, I haven't.
Shit. They took all the original cast members and then made them look like Kardashians. Imagine. It's so good.
I was never a fan. Were you? You were never a fan of Friends, were you?
Friends? No. And I have been thinking all week about whether or not I should tell this story. And since you brought it up, here we go. I was broken up with over Friends. And I would just like to point out that now that I have an official ADHD diagnosis, I was actually broken up with over my neurodivergent brain, which is discrimination as far as I'm concerned.
Wasn't it because he was jealous of your crush on David Schwimmer?
He was jealous of everything all the time. And like, I was ridiculous too. So there's no need to even like, I had a whole thing with my therapist this week about how emotional Catherine was in Wuthering Heights and how it reminded me of how I was in high school and how I used to cry in the hallway all the time over my senior year boyfriend. And then one time I was crying about a work thing that wasn't related to that. And my theater teacher came up to me and was like, quit crying over this boy. And I was like, I'm crying over something real. And then I didn't see her again for like 20 years. And I saw her again at our friend's wedding. And I was crying again, but it was because I had had back surgery. And I was trying to walk into the reception after the wedding. And I tripped on the stairs and I just burst into tears because I'd never really cried about the back surgeries and all of that shit. So I was just wandering around Sundance Square, Fort Worth, crying. Well, I guess I'll go sit in the car and cry. And she like knocks on the window and I was like, hey, I just saw your parents in there. And I was like, why? She just pretend you can see I'm crying. Don't talk to me. Anyway, so this is what happened. We had a very emotional relationship and trying not to feel stupid about it. At the time, our household didn't have television because, as I've talked about in the past, sometimes we did and sometimes we didn't. At this point, maybe the rain came in on the TV at some point. We didn't have television. And so everybody that I knew was watching Friends. It's 1996, spring of 96. Everybody's watching Friends. I have never seen the show, ever. Because I had a job and I had school and I had theater and I had friends and I didn't really watch TV then. So I hadn't seen it. And it was like a clip was on of David Schmer talking about something. And I was having an argument with my boyfriend. And my attention kept getting pulled to the TV. Now, again, not seen Friends. I'm not reading Us Weekly. I'm not looking at people. I don't know who these people are. I don't have a crush on this man. Like, I had a crush on Tim Roth.
That's true.
It's 1996. I was crushing on Tim Roth. I didn't give a shit about David Schwimmer and thinking that I like jealous of David Schwimmer and how my attention. And so literally he broke up with me. Like literally this happened. And it was like within 2 weeks of graduation, it was a whole thing. But yes, so I eventually watched Friends like after it aired, I think, or late in the seasons. But yeah.
I mean, I've seen episodes, but yeah, I don't understand. I don't understand why people are obsessed with that show. Like,
Gen Z really likes it, right? Like the ones that came after the millennials.
Maybe. I don't know.
And they're like, well, it's fat phobic and homophobic, but we still love it. I'm like, well, hey, I've got a podcast you can play.
Look at all these privileged white people with their shenanigans.
Yeah.
I think it is definitely probably part of their 90s nostalgia, which is why, so like when I went on the field trip with the kids, and one of them like curating the playlist, and time after time came on, and I was like, have you all ever seen Romy and Michelle's high school reunion? And they were like, no. So, but this is like before you told me we were going to watch this. So, I mean, this is kind of like, I mean, it's a very iconic 90s, right? So like the costume designer is the same costume designer from Clueless.
Yes.
So, I mean, it is very 90s nostalgia, right? Like the giant phone. Mia Servino does awkward very well. So she did
her like
good job.
Clunky walk, like I couldn't, like she has this like really mannish, like clunky walk. It was so good.
Yeah.
That voice that she does is not her regular voice. Like she did that really low voice with that like Midwestern accent, which was not Tucson at all. But it was so really funny, I think. Like I really love that.
Yeah.
I will get into it later, but I kind of did a deep dive on Mira Sorvino because I like had heard things I wanted to do a little more. But speaking of Tucson, Arizona, one way that I might waste time tonight is by watching parts of the Oscars, which are going to have Matt Berry as the announcer. And I just speak on behalf of everyone I know who loves Matt Berry and What We Do in the Shadows and all of that. If he does not get to over-articulate and draw out vowels to make words much longer than they need to be during his announcing, then Hollywood is fucked. The Oscars are never going to be cool, ever. But if they let him do that, then there's hope.
Who is he?
No, I have no time for you. Can we talk a little bit about the magnet scene?
Yeah.
Traumatizing.
Whipping every time she turned was on point. Like
that was really good.
Yes. Okay, go on.
On the scale of bullying.
Yeah, that's really low. Like,
okay.
Yeah. Like, yeah. I was like, you put magnets on her back. And then she's like, it's like she's got a spider, right? And like, they can't, like, why is it so hard to get the magnets off her back? Like, you just, I mean, fucking gigantic, right?
They were trying to do the physical comedy stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. But yeah, like, as far as bullying goes, like, that was pretty low.
I got bullied worse than that, and I hardly got bullied.
Yeah, I definitely got bullied worse than that. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's creative. Like, she's got metal, so we're going to put magnets on her back. Like, I mean, if I had to wear a back brace, I would just intentionally put magnets on my back. Like, all of my, like, sassy magnets that I have.
Good news is the kids today would be like, I want to wear a back brace so I can have magnet. Like they would be like, and we're going to put stickers on you and everything's wonderful.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, no, like the bullying was very underwhelming. Like even at the prom, because I didn't really remember when he goes up to her and is like, "Hey, Romy asked me to dance with her." Like, I mean, I don't know. My brain was like, "Oh man, are they gonna do some like Carrie type shit to her?"
Right, yeah.
And like all they did was just, like leave. So she just sat there waiting, which is like sad, right? But like,
yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't call that. I mean, I guess I don't get to judge what's traumatizing for people, but
I don't know. Watch Feathers.
Yeah, like that's pretty low on the trauma scale.
Yeah.
I feel like. So, yeah.
I feel like you have been bullied in ways that have caused trauma that you're allowed to make judgments about this, and it's okay.
Oh, cool. Great. Yeah. I get to say what is traumatic bullying. Right?
Yes.
Or low versus high scale traumatic
Which
bullying.
is what I brought up. But also, hold on, I'm going to turn off my background so that you can see what I made for you.
Oh.
Also, look, there's the mic with the glow that we talked about. Hold on, I made a prop. I have to get it ready.
Oh, I thought that was like for me. I was laughing harder than I needed to. I want to see.
I made a paper fortune teller because they had one in the movie and it reminded me of high school.
Yes. Yeah.
Although really we didn't do these in high school. We did these in like elementary school, but
yeah. Do you remember? It's like some people call them cootie catchers. Have you heard that before? Yeah.
What's wrong with your generation?
I don't know.
3 years younger than mine.
Like I'm so far removed from your generation. Like I refuse the millennial label. Like
no, it's fine.
I'm Gen Y or something, but I'm not millennial.
We're cuspers, baby. Listen, I got 8 numbers here, 1 through 8. You pick a number. This is a really good visual for a podcast. Come on, 1 through 8. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, 1, 2, 6, or 5.
5.
8, 3, 4, or 7.
7.
7. All right. So here is your fortune. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna move to Chicago, start a band, and open a pub.
Yeah. Hey, I'm only halfway through my life. It could still happen.
Would you like to hear what your other potential fortunes were?
Sure.
I wrote 8 of them.
Okay. Please.
Elliot makes mad cash. That was one of them.
Oh, yeah.
World War III, Water War's death.
Yes.
You invent a genie ethics board game. You become a national leader in interdisciplinary K-12 education.
Okay.
You meet Harry Styles for waffles. We go on tour with the podcast.
Okay.
And the last one is you become a full-on hippie / trad wife.
No. Did you hear that Gwen Stefani's basically becoming a trad wife?
Oh no, she's awful. Let's not talk about her.
Okay. Just because that's all. Well, because like I had trouble finding the soundtrack on Apple, and then like so I had one, and then it had that song, and I was like, that wasn't in the movie. And then I was like, oh wait, yeah, it was like twice. Ugh, okay.
Very first fucking song in the movie.
I know. It was the 90s. I forgot.
It anchored it in time for sure.
This is true.
What's wrong? What are you doing?
Nothing. I'm just looking at my notes.
So there's the part where after they realize that they can't change their entire lives in a week and they're eating junk food.
Yes.
Where Mira Sorvino is eating the cookie dough out of the cookie dough roll.
Yeah. I
just want to say, I've now had total meta experience with that because I forgot that was in there. Renaud and I one day were driving around and we were bored, and then we were like, we want something sweet. So we went to the store and we got cookie dough and we were like, should we? Nah, fuck it. So we got spoons and we went to the back, and then we were like, what's on? Flip, because this was when you had to flip through channel. The Simpsons was on. So we're watching The Simpsons, and it was like one of those flashback episodes to when Homer was younger. And Homer was sitting in front of the TV eating the cookie dough off of the cookie dough roll. And Renaud and I looked at each other, and she goes, at least we have spoons.
I remember you talking about at least we have spoons, Heather.
Right. Yeah.
I did think very fondly of a time when someone in our life used fake laughing to try to make you look cool. I don't know. We talked about that before?
We've kind of sort of talked about it. It's not that. It's fine.
I know. I just will never not make me think of that when people fake laugh, like intentional fake laugh, because it was funny at the time.
I love that you can tell it's kind of a dream sequence, but it is very subtle. Like,
I don't think I knew the first time I watched it. Like, I don't think
I didn't either. It got me. It got me the first time.
I was gonna ask you if like you knew that it was the first time. Like, even though she doesn't have a shirt on. Like, I mean, watching it now, I'm like, how did I not?
Right? Yeah, no, when
just it's a bit of a like
kind of quirky anyway.
Said, right. Oh, there's gonna be a crazy ass dream sequence. So,
but I think my favorite thing is that the interpretive dance is not in the dream sequence.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
Interpretive dance is in reality. That is such a beautiful thing.
I really
also yeah.
He's like, I have boxes of Kleenex in my limo.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just want to let you know that every time the Billy character was on screen, Eddie called him a dork. No matter what he was doing, every single time, young, old, whatever, he would go, dork. What a dork.
So gross.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Like, so gross. Like, yeah.
In the dream sequence, when they go the 70 years later, that was so ab-fab. That was like straight out of an ab-fab episode. It was great.
Yes, that was very, very good.
And also, all of their, all of their old people acting is some of the best acting I've ever seen. That should be what the fucking sequel is. It should be all of them pretending to be 98 years old. Like,
yes, here for it. Totally here for that. Yes. I also loved how the drinks matched their outfits. The A team or A girl, A group, whatever, like in the dream sequence, all of their drinks matched their outfit, which was lovely.
Yes. I love that a sharp-dressed lesbian saved the day. That was fantastic.
Yes. Janeane Garofalo with the beer when they were like, and they're talking about that guy as a Dallas Cowboy, and she's just like, I don't know. It was very Jim Carrey, but like I loved it because like I don't feel like she had like you always get to see her being very, very snarky.
Yeah,
like doing that slapsticky kind of comedy.
Silly kind of,
yeah. Like that was hilarious to me.
I'm like, were she and Alan Cumming just trying to make each other laugh behind the scenes? Like, I always wonder when you see stuff like that. It's like, are there people trying to like one in each other in here?
Probably.
Also, I have another high school story to tell. This one is highly entertaining. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, so when she walks in, and she's like, where's Billy? Whatever the fuck his name is. And there's like, somebody goes, try the bar.
Yes.
So I don't know if you remember who this person was, but there was a guy in our high school who was 2 years older than me. So he would have been 5 years older than you.
Probably not.
I'm not going to say his last name. His name was Matt. And he was one of those, like, I don't know if he did acting, but he should have. Like, he just was really, really good at it. Like, just like, turn on a dime, like just amazing actor. And he was good looking, which helps if you want to be an actor. That's a good thing. And everybody had a huge crush on him and all of this shit. And there was one day where I think I was on stage. I was probably like working on like directing my one act or whatever. And a girl came into the theater and she was like, has anybody seen Matt? And I was like, I'm here doing. And so I just was like, I don't know. Did you look in front of a mirror? And then I kept doing what I was doing. That motherfucker walked out from the wings. He looked at me. I was like, hey, Matt.
My bad.
It should be the end of that story. But let me tell you why that story is amazing. It's at the end of that story. Because this person had never paid attention to me a single day of my life. And after that, every time I saw him was like, hey, Heather, how's it going, Heather? I saw him one time at the local theater and like was there for a thing. And he like pulled me to the side and had a whole conversation with me. And I was just like, you boys are so desperate for people to be mean to them. Like, I can't.
Yeah. We have proven so many times in our lives that you could get so far by just giving an attractive man shit. Like,
it's ridiculous.
yes, pretend like acting like you don't care that they are attractive or that you think it's ridiculous, like, it has gotten us so far as friends, becoming friends with
Let's
attractive.
be really clear. Friend zone behavior.
Friend zone, but like I would rather be friends. Like I have enjoyed those friendships as they ran their course. I love the idea that in high school everyone made someone else's life hell.
Yeah,
So Heather,
that's
who's
probably true.
make hell in high school?
Oh,
Ex-boyfriend.
other than yours?
Other than mine. You didn't really make my life hell.
Okay, good. That's good to know.
Not like at home, but not like at school. Like,
oh no, yeah,
yeah, like you just ignored me. So
I have since high school found out that apparently I was considered popular, which I find hilarious, considering that on B days my senior year I literally ate alone in the theater office.
They just assumed you were off doing cool things since you
like
weren't.
a fucking loser. They're reading Othello and shit. I will say that it was probably people I worked with at Chick-fil-A that like thought I was cool, and I was probably a bit of a bitch to them.
Yeah. I there was definitely like a moment when back in our Dallas days where like I ran into a guy from high school and he was super fucking drunk. I don't know if you remember this, but he was like, "You were a bitch." Like basically telling me like what a fucking bitch I was in high school. And I was
like, thanks. Janeane Garofalo was my role model, and I was clinically depressed.
Yeah, like, I mean, I just was like, I remember, like, I don't know, like, I probably laughed. And I do think it's funny because, like, well, he was a fucking asshole. So,
yeah.
Like, not to me, but, like, just this air of asshole about him. Yeah, and it's just like, of course I was a bitch. Like, I was fucking miserable. So I do, like, I appreciate that about, like, just everyone's perceptive and perspective. And even like Michelle, like later when she's like, I don't know, like I thought we had a good time. I remember high school being super fun because we had so much fun. Like I think our lives now are great. And it wasn't until Romy's like, our lives are shit.
Right.
I think it does do a good thing about perception and perspective. But I do like when Janeane Garofalo is like, I made your life hell. Fantastic.
Yeah.
And I do love Carmen Manheim.
I know. Cameron
Manheim, sorry. Cameron Manheim. I didn't look it up because I was thought so confidently. Do you know her son's doing great things?
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know if you knew he was her son.
He's a cutie patootie.
He is a cutie patootie.
There are a lot of Dancing with the Stars. There's a lot of people from the Dancing with the Stars world, of which I am familiar because of our mother, that have connections too. Like Elaine Hendricks, who plays the associate editor at Vogue, she just had a season on Dancing with the Stars. So like there's
okay.
And Cameron Manheim's son was on Dancing with the Stars. So
yeah, that seems unfair. It seems unfair for them to get people who have dancing backgrounds on Dancing with the Stars. Like they obviously have like an advantage.
Yes, it doesn't mean that people will like them though. I mean,
that's true.
There was like a reality star or a TikTok star, some bullshit person on there that this time that was like, she was arguably one of the best dancers there, and nobody liked her. Like she was gone.
Old people just were like, no, we don't know who you are.
It's young people too. She was like, I don't know if she was on there trying to rehab her image or what, but people were not.
I've never heard the young people talk about watching Dancing with the Stars.
Some of them do, because if they didn't, they would not put TikTok stars on Dancing with the Stars. There would be no point. I have one more thing to say about this movie.
Okay.
That in the sequel, if the three of them are not a throuple, I am going to call bullshit.
Fair enough. I cannot believe that Justin Trudeau's character was named Clarence. That was unfortunate. Like, really?
And everybody from this high school was from everywhere because he had a Texas accent and Mercer Credo had that Midwestern accent.
So many things. I mean,
Nobody in Arizona talks like
gotta
this.
have a Clarence, you need to have a Maynard. Just saying.
Oh, it was Cletus, not Clarence. Cletus and Maynard.
Well, fuck. Shit, my brain is deteriorating. Does
Yes, dear.
Michelle only like Alan Cumming because he's rich now?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, just checking.
She is Elizabeth Bennet. She saw Pemberley and she was like, okay, sure.
She saw his helicopter and was like, okay. And she's like, can we pay him off now? Can we pay him back so I don't have to keep kissing him? I feel like there was alternative endings that I saw, or outtakes at some point, because I feel like I saw an ending where he was at the store and they did the, okay, kiss thing again. But maybe I'm making that up in my head, where he goes to kiss her and she's like, okay, yeah, now, okay, yeah. And then isn't there also a version of the dance scene where they say, I knew that those interpretive dance lessons would pay off and not I knew going to the clubs would pay off?
So,
Those are all just things I made up in my head?
I don't know.
Okay.
I lied. I have one more thing to say about this movie and about high school. Pacing approval is the dumbest thing that you could ever do in your entire life. Don't do it.
Yes. Yeah.
Desperate.
That is one thing I try and fail every year, especially with seniors, is like, if anything that happens to you in high school matters to you in 20 years, you have failed in life. I mean, like that. But I just
some people can do pretty cool shit in high school.
Yeah,
most
no,
people.
I understand, but if it's like the best time, and I mean, yeah, just basically I promise you, this is not going to matter to you in 15, 10, 15, 20 years. That, and then also telling them that don't try to date people because it is such a fucking waste of time because none of them are worth anything.
None of them are worth anything is why chasing approval is a terrible idea.
Yes, exactly. It's the same, right? So when any of them, and it's mostly girls, but the boys too, they'll start having drama or something like that. And I'm like, just stop. None of y'all are worth anything. Just stop. They need things to care about, I guess. I have never seen a girl crying about a boy, but they do like to try to talk to me about their drama. And I'm like, no, I don't care. Sorry. I don't want to hear about it. Not worth it.
Worse than the girls that you educate now. So good to know. I have a
lot of screaming and yelling.
I have flipped over yelling to the complete other side where I could not be less interested in a romantic relationship. I used all that up when I was a teenager.
And yet I'm in one and I have no interest.
Are you?
I mean, theoretically. We'll see.
I would like to say I have some yes.
So when I was in therapy on Friday, there was people in the room next door to me having couples therapy. And it was pretty early into my session, but this woman screamed, "Fuck you," and stormed out and slammed the door and stomped down the stairs and slammed the front door. And my therapist was like, there's a couples therapy going on, which I knew because when I went in, there was a man and a woman in the waiting room. And then so I kind of already had kind of figured that out. But then when I was like, well, I guess it's not going well.
I think it's better than when they sit there and lie or pretend everything.
I guess that's true because I peeked them in the waiting room as I was going upstairs and they were talking and calm. So it was very oh my, and of course my brain's what did he say? But then I got back to my own my service
your own shit.
I've had to hear that makes me feel better about my own relationship. So I don't know. Maybe we'll get there because that's me, Elliot, and then that is as far as priorities go with relationships and focusing on them. Never experienced that before in therapy.
That's exciting.
It was exciting.
Would you like to know what a ripoff it was that this movie lost the MTV Movie Awards Best Dance in 1998.
Who did they lose to?
Austin Powers.
Oh, gross.
That was a real MTV. That's why you don't exist anymore.
Oh, what was the stuff about Mia Serena you wanted to talk about?
I'll get there in just a sec.
Oh, okay.
Related to last week, paying a bunch of money for a song, ROMY and MICHELE'S high school reunion had a $20 million budget.
Oh, you're talking about the other movie. Sorry.
Last week, we watched a movie called Set It Off.
Yes.
That used 50% of its $9 million budget to secure the rights to the Godfather's theme song.
Yes, got it. Back with you.
This week, would you like to guess what percent of their budget they used to secure time after time for the interpretive dance?
A quarter.
12%. They paid $240,000. And I will tell you what, worth every penny.
Yes, absolutely worth every penny.
Touchstone picked this up because they wanted a female version of Wayne's World.
Okay.
Back in a time when being a size 6 was spat and women weren't funny. So the Mira Sorvino stuff. So I looked her up because I had this feeling she was one of the accusers for Weinstein, but I wasn't sure and I never looked it up. And I was like, I got to look this shit up. So first of all, I would like to let you know that she graduated magna cum laude from Harvard with a degree in East Asian Studies.
Yes.
That is fucking impressive.
Okay.
The fact that she had to put up with any kind of sexual harassment bullshit makes me very angry on her behalf.
Because she's so
also, yes, yeah,
okay.
She shouldn't have to deal with that. I mean, nobody should have to deal with it, but like
for the caveat there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Nobody should have to deal with it, but like, she should have just been like, get the fuck, like, fuck you. She should have therapy screamed fuck you at them. She was directed by Woody Allen. So, Predator.
Yeah.
She was harassed by Weinstein, Predator. Mm-hmm. But apparently she was pretty much protected from any repercussions of rebuffing Weinstein because she dated Quentin Tarantino for 3 years.
See, that's not what I read. I read that she did blame her rebuff for kind of killing her career. And that Peter Jackson has said that she and Ashley Judd were both barred from parts in the Hobbit movies.
Yes, I think it probably negatively impacted her career, but she was not completely blacklisted. Like being blacklisted from Lord of the Rings is not blacklisted. Like, I mean, he killed careers. Like he's a fucking monster.
I mean, but did you look at her filmography? Like,
yeah, I mean, I don't think she did as well as she could have.
Yeah,
I'm not going to argue against that.
Okay.
But also, if the thing that protected her from a predator was another predator,
yeah,
because Quentin Tarantino is absolutely a sex pest, if nothing worse. Like, probably his insane autism is the only thing that like fits him from being worse than that. Like, no.
Yeah, I agree with
when
that.
you have to tell your daughter, don't show him your feet, like, sex pest.
Yeah, no, it was interesting to hear that she's spoken out a lot about it too. Because like I went on a dive with her just because I was like, what happened to her? Because I had no idea who she was when I saw this movie. And like I don't really remember ever seeing her in much of anything ever again. But I mean, she has done things, so.
He has. And unlike Ashley Judd, she didn't try to completely take over a fantastic movement created by a Black woman. So that's good.
Yes, good job on her. But apparently she was childhood best friends with Hope Davis. So that was a fun.
I did see that. That was cute.
Yeah, I'm sad. I wanted to enjoy this movie more than I did.
I know. I feel like I definitely enjoyed it more when I was younger.
Yeah. And not just because of the fat stuff, which I love when you text me warnings about
Yeah, I don't want you to like lose your shit.
But like the thing is like I expect it, right? Like I expect it from things in the 90s. Like it's
I think I just forget how bad it was in the 90s. Like I'm like, oh, it's the 80s, they're gonna talk about dieting. And then I just somehow it completely just isn't in my brain that in the 90s we were like tortured.
Have you seen all the shit now where it's like, oh, like everybody's super thin and Clinton's testifying and we're at war with Iran. It's the 90s again. Like, yeah, like, yeah, it was bad in the night. Like the Delia's catalog and like Kate Moss and, right? Like it was really bad in the 90s. So like, again, like, like I don't love it, but I expect it. Whereas like what pisses me off is when it's happening now, right? But yeah, so like seeing Justin Long in an Ozempic commercial. But it was like it was Justin Long and then the other guy who was in the Verizon commercial.
John Hodgman.
I guess it was about like the other things Ozempic does. Like I guess they're trying to focus on the whole diabetes or like other things it treats. And so, but I was just like,
are they diabetic?
I don't know. I didn't do research, but I was just like, Justin Long, like what the fuck? Why are you in an Ozempic commercial? Like. So hopefully, maybe he's diabetic. Like I've never hoped someone was diabetic before, but because like I really don't want to hate him, but like my dude,
he's going.
I know that like, and I love it. I mean, it makes me happy when you send me like I feel very loved. But yeah, no, I'm very aware that.
Hey, if you were gonna send me a trigger warning, what would you send me a trigger warning about?
I have sent you trigger warnings before. Not about movies, but usually about books. So someone who has to sacrifice their whole life to take care of other people. Like, pretty much. I mean, because even like with the back stuff, like I don't think that would trigger you, but yeah.
Oh man, Mom and I had a really fun conversation comparing Jane Eyre and Wuthering Heights. Oh. And Mom was trying to say that Jane Eyre is actually romantic. Like, trapped his wife in the attic, Mom. His black wife, he trapped her in the attic. She was crazy. I was like, was she? Was she crazy?
Who cares if she was crazy?
What do you mean, who cares if she was crazy?
Huh?
Wait, what?
I mean, even if she was crazy, it's not okay to lock someone in an attic. Like,
yeah, right. Yeah, I never mentioned them. Like, yeah. Never be like, oh, yeah, the reason why you like me and I like you and we can't be together is because I'm married. Oh, and guess what? She lives in the attic.
It's an auto in the attic, but not nearly as fun.
No. Mom would like not let it go. She was like, no. Rochester. I was like, so like when he dressed up like a gypsy woman into the party in a dress, like fucked with her, it was like, is that when he was really romantic? It just
was he played by that guy? Orson Welles in a movie, because that might explain her like obsession.
Oh, I don't know if I doubt Orson Welles ever played.
Okay,
sure. I know Laurence Olivier.
Laurence Olivier.
Wait, Laurence Olivier played Heathcliff for sure.
Okay.
Famously.
I mean, that could be part of it. She's just old and won't let go of her.
Orson Welles did Othello in blackface. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Old times.
There's something triggering for everyone in the past as well as the present. But yeah, what are we watching next week?
Hey, great question. That's it for this episode of the I Love You But podcast. Thanks for joining us. We're so glad you're here. Join us next week. Yeah, join us next week for our anniversary show where we discuss Can't Hardly Wait. What triggering bullshit is going to be in that movie? We should start taking bets now. Hey, what made you laugh? What made you cringe? What did we forget? Or did we not forget or misremember? Or maybe it was really there. Who can tell us? Because we don't remember. What should we talk about? What?
How did we fuck this one up?
Yeah, tell us how we fucked this one up. We want to know your thoughts. Find us on Instagram and Threads at I Love You But Pod, or email us at iloveyoubutpod@gmail.com. We would love to feature your comments and emails in future episodes. And hey, again, no new listeners, but that I've noticed people have been listening to all their episodes. So welcome. Love you guys. We're so glad you're here. If you could take just a little tiny second to rate, review, follow, subscribe, all those good things, it's really going to help us out. Tell your bestie that they should be listening too. Thank you for listening. I'm Heather.
I'm Ryan. And we wish you lots and lots of conditional love.